reported that our favorite quarantine couple, Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello, have broken up, but the fans are not buying it. Here's everything we know. I'm Gina Rosenberg.
I'm Gabby Conti, and this is your 24/7 celebrity news. So we have been shipping Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello since these two became official in July of 2019, but a recent report from In Touch claims the two artists are taking some time apart. While the couple was together at Camila's house in Miami recently, Shawn returned to Los Angeles without his girlfriend. According to a source close to the couple, quote, the original plan was that Camila would go back to work in Los Angeles with him, but they decided that they needed to take a break from each other, which of course is shocking fans. We predicted that this might be happening a couple of weeks ago because it had been a minute since we heard from the two of them. And now with this news, I don't know, we kind of believe it, but I know fans who ship them super hard do not want to believe this is true.
Look, I ship them super hard too, but I have this gut feeling that these two are calling it quits. They're waiting to make sure that they feel this is really what they want to do before they announce it to the world. I feel like why else would he need to leave Miami? Because it's like, you're not doing anything right now. You're going to go to Miami and sit in your house alone. You would rather be with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. I mean, maybe they just need to like be separated to focus on making music, and that's fine. They spend a lot of time together, but I don't know, you guys. I'm just feeling like we haven't seen a lot of paparazzi shots of them out together, much less any of them at all.
No.
Which is also kind of a sign of like I'm staying out of the media because I'm dealing with some stuff right now.
Well,
you know.
And it seemed like in the beginning of quarantine, they almost were like so into like showing people they were together. Like those quarantine walks, like I don't know, like some people thought maybe they were calling the paparazzi to make sure they got that shot. And it really did look like, with the whole empty coffee cup conspiracy theory where people are like, well, why are they going for, is this literally like an act? It really felt like they wanted us to know they were together and they were happy. And to a lot of us, seeing them together was like the highlight of our quarantine. But now, I mean, to me, I get it because their lives have been so intertwined and their music, and as an artist, it's incredibly stifling to have to work with your significant other when like most of the best songs are like about heartbreak. So how can you like write a heartbreak song when you're like, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of a thing where it's like their voices might have become so intertwined. It's like, where does she start and he begin? And so
that's so true.
Like it could be just like, it could be more of a career decision, less of like a romantic one.
Definitely, and I feel like they really just so quickly were just so hot and heavy. I mean, they're senior. I always want to say like senorita, but it's senorita.
Senorita, yes.
Can't speak Spanish.
Senorita.
But their senorita music video was so hot, like fire. We were like, okay, they have to be dating. 2 days later, they were like, yep, we are. And then ever since then, it's been paparazzi photos. It's been like they're constantly together. It's been make-out videos on Instagram.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's been a lot. And then quarantine, we see them, come together, and then they even do this like children's hospital thing together. It's a lot of them together. So I have a feeling that Gabby and I always say quarantine has been making or breaking couples.
Oh yeah.
So I have a feeling that like after a while, they sat down and they were like, are we really like the one for each other at the same time? On top of, like you're right, where do they start and begin with their career in making music? So,
And also, guys, I feel like that I don't know if like seasons are a thing anymore with like how the world is.
Cuffing season?
But cuffing season is allegedly like upon us. And so what happens before cuffing season? Breakup season. So I really do feel like Leo season and breakup season are the same. I mean, it kind of makes a sense, that fiery energy. I feel like that's what we're dealing with right now because they're not the first of quarantine couples to announce that they are splitting apart. Miley Cyrus and Cody Simpson also recently broke up, and they did confirm it. Well, we still don't have an official confirmation from either Shawn or Camila's reps.
Right.
And I mean, I feel like there's more couples that have broken up over quarantine. I mean, Lily Reinhart and Cole Sprouse are like definitely donezo.
Addison and Bryce.
Who knows? Dixie and Griffin, Charlie and Little Huddy. I mean, I feel like there has been so many breakups happening during this time.
Yeah.
But I think I can expect, definitely around Halloween time, I feel like we will see more couples come to life.
Circulating.
I'm
here for it. I love love. I love cuffing season. I look forward to it every year. So,
I met my boyfriend last cuffing season. It works, guys.
It works, apparently.
It works.
So the source went on to tell In Touch that despite their busy careers, they've spent much of the past year together. They were in love and were best friends. They still are. The past year was a whirlwind for them, and they supported each other so much. Nothing really went bad between them. They just realized that they need some time apart. It is important to note that the source is not saying that this breakup is forever, as the two are apparently separately working on new albums, as they both need some space so they can grow as people and artists individually, which was hard for the couple to accept at first, but they still talk and love each other. The source says, as we report this, neither of Camila or Shawn's reps have confirmed this alleged split, like Gabby said. Maybe, you know what, there are such things as taking breaks. Maybe they're taking breaks. Some people believe in them, some people don't.
Yeah.
I kind of believe in taking breaks in the sense of we're not broken up, we're not seeing other people, but we're taking some time to kind of like reevaluate ourselves, what we want out of our lives, you know, deciding if we should be together for the long haul, all of that stuff. So I feel like that's healthy sometimes to do, you know?
It definitely is healthy. I definitely believe in the best dating advice I've ever received or ever heard is that it's not about finding your other half. You both have to be whole, and two wholes is how you have a healthy relationship.
Yes.
So I feel like that their relationship prior to this has been very codependent, seemingly, career-wise, emotionally, all of that, and that they almost were like two halves creating a whole.
Right.
So I think they need to spend this time working on being their wholes, and if it works out, if they are strong enough, perhaps they will come back together. Another thing to keep in mind is that all the reports of saying that they are breaking up is coming from a source, and while sometimes sources, which are always unnamed, and that it's unnamed because usually a source is actually reliable and they are super close, so they don't say who they are because it will blow their cover, it could jeopardize their relationship or their career, so that's why a lot of times when we say a source, we don't say who it is. So this could be accurate, but there's the other side of it where it might not be accurate, because we've seen situations like this where a source has been wrong, but also we also have seen situations where a source has been 110% right.
Definitely. Yeah, it's always so frustrating that the sources, like someone who loves pop culture as much as probably Gabby and I, like, I'm like, who is the source? Where are they getting this info from? And they never reveal the source. It just really bothers me.
But it was In Touch, I believe, right, that had made this, and In Touch, I feel like they don't make mistakes, you know?
They kind of always get it right when it comes to breakups and couples getting together. So I kind of believe it. But again, you know, I can't see if they are breaking up, you guys. I can't see this breakup happening due to bad blood, due to something that happened. I feel like sometimes people just grow apart, and if these two do, I still think they will be amicable. We will see them at red carpets. We can have them again. Maybe even they'll get in the studio and make music together down the line again, you know?
But I definitely think that they need this break. I think this break is so key to them if this is exactly what's happening, because they need time to grow and get stronger. So when they come together, they'll just even be that much stronger. I mean, you can almost compare what's happening to them to some bands, you know? Like bands break up, and they kind of, in a way, were almost a duo for more than one song. So it's almost like an essential band breakup that they needed.
Totally, yeah. And then they come back, you're right, and they're
even better.
Stronger than they were before.
Look at the Beatles.
Yeah, I mean, a lot. Blink-182, I think, did it at one point too.
They're all,
love them.
Love them.
The
Spice
Sway
Girls
Boys
came back together. Backstreet Boys came back together. NSYNC will not come back together because of Justin Timberlake. But, you know, that is just how it is.
Yeah. Someone just said, who thinks Shawn is cute? Mia Curtis. Me, girl.
Also, I don't know about you, I am digging Shawn's long hair. I think it works for him. I think it shows him as this, like, edgier, like, just more mature,
like, kind of like
artistic guy.
What's the word I'm looking for? Like, manlier man?
Manly.
Like,
I am into it. I'm not into it with the headband, but I think when it's just, like, down doing its thing, I am here for it. And I tend to like guys that have more, like, clean-cut hair, so I'm very much into it.
You do.
Well, fans aren't convinced that the two have split. For starters, Cabello and Mendes haven't deleted their photos together or unfollowed each other on Instagram, which is usually the first sign that a couple has officially broken up. Fans of the couple pointed out on Twitter a key sign that these two might still be together is a recently posted picture that Camila posted of herself wearing Shawn's pullover fleece. The same day the news broke that the couple was spending time apart, she posted this picture. People are also saying that Camila actually went to Los Angeles with Shawn, as some think they saw the couple walking in Los Angeles recently. As one fan commented in response to In Touch's article, except she's been posting from LA for the last 2 weeks, so your article doesn't make any sense. Also, Camila and Shawn were spotted by fans 3 weeks ago taking a walk together, so maybe you should correct your article.
I'm also seeing some of you guys comment that In Touch is always wrong. They said Brad and Jen were back together. Maybe it's not In Touch that we're thinking of.
So maybe we're,
you know?
I feel like TMZ is the most accurate of everything.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not really the biggest fan of TMZ.
Yeah.
I mean, Hollywire, I'm obviously the big fan
Obviously.
of. But TMZ does always, like, they know. They are just, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They have like a secret weapon.
Well,
or
that's
something.
good to know. Yeah, because we do know that. Well, I don't know. No, but wait. So they're saying that that In Touch had said Brad and Angela and Brad and Jennifer are back together.
Yeah, they're just saying that they get it wrong all the time. Ashton and Mila Kunis called them out for it. And maybe you're right. Maybe we're thinking of a different outlet. But that being said, if there's speculation of a breakup in Hollywood, it does not come out of thin air. It is always a reason for it.
Yes.
Even couples speculating being together, they probably are together, but not official. Like, it just doesn't, you know.
Which is why I think it's more of a separation and more of a break than like an official breakup.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, if she was seen 3 weeks ago, this article said that it was recent that the breakup was like last week. So.
Right.
That is possible that she could have been with him 3 weeks ago, and
Right.
now they're apart. You know, and I don't know. I will say also that her Instagram looks like someone who just went through a breakup.
Definitely.
And even if she was wearing that pullover, it could almost have been like a nod to him to be like,
Right.
you know what, I'm sad we're not together, but I'll always have a part of you with me. Like
That's
it could
very
have been
true.
like a little, because she's also playing guitar in the picture, which is obviously like you don't really know her as like I think
A
of Shawn
guitar
Mendes as a
player?
guitar player. I don't think of her as a guitar player.
Right.
So I kind of feel like it was more of a goodbye.
Like an ode
Yeah.
to him, and they're just waiting. I mean, talk about a relationship that the entire world idolizes, loves, ships. They really like. I think all of 2019, everyone was just like Camila, everything.
Okay,
you know?
so I guess they said Brad and Jen were back together, but actually I had heard from a reputable source that when people thought Brad and Jen were together, they actually were together.
This is what I'm saying. I don't think it comes out of thin air.
Yeah,
like I
and-
feel like the same goes for Shawn.
And that Brad and Jen weren't like officially telling people they were together, but I had like it was something from like that Jen had gotten something from a PR company as a gift, a bathrobe or something, and then the next day Brad Pitt called and requested the exact same bathrobe. It was like a unisex bathrobe or
Just
something
saying,
like
you
that.
guys, there are people out there that are really good at this job.
They're paying
you know?
attention. They're aware. But again, like in the case like that, that person would be called a source because if they say who they are, what bathrobe company they work for, they could lose their job. So that is why it's always like a source. But no, I believe you. Like people, but at the same time, people make mistakes, and we should wait for the couple to make the official statement. But at the same time, like you guys want the tea, and so we're gonna try to like give you what kind of tea we see. and think of.
Definitely. I've also seen that people have been saying Camila has archived some photos on Instagram or deleted them. Who knows? That's always a sure sign.
Always a sure sign.
I think the unfollowing and following, like I think they both, I confirmed today that they both still follow each other. I thought that he wasn't following her anymore. He's still following her. She's still following him on Instagram. I feel like, you know, once that happens, we'll also probably speculate a little more that they have separated. But until then.
Yeah. He seems also to be posting a lot. He wasn't posting a lot when they were together, but he's posting a lot more, which is usually a behavior of someone going through a breakup. But also, I think he's posting a lot because he wants to like kind of be his own thing, and the stuff he's posting is promoting his art, his work, promoting like these different like these different foundations that he's working in, the Shawn Mendes Foundation, like all that kind of stuff. So I feel like that is why he has his little like why he is posting a lot. But I don't know. To me, it looks like it was a separation, but not a breakup, and there's not bad blood. And I don't think they would ever unfollow each other because they're gonna have to continue to sing with each other.
This
one
is
way
true.
Or another.
That is true. That would break the internet if they did unfollow each other.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Okay, so after Camila posted a picture of her wearing Shawn's pullover fleece, she also posted something that appeared to be a comment on her relationship status with Shawn. It was a sketch that said, "Why you should be gentle with people," and had a line labeled "Someone's Life" with a small section of that line marked, "What you know about it." Camila captioned this post, "Found this and loved it. Everyone is fighting a secret battle you know nothing about. It's the human condition. We must be kind." And I mean, I saw that post today. I totally agree with her. I mean, you know, that's such a good message to send out, especially during this time. Like, we are all just dealing with so much, you know, so many different things, whether it's your relationship or, you know, your job, whatever it may be. It's just such a crazy time. So definitely, like, you know, spread kindness.
Because the pandemic hits people in so many different ways. You don't know the status of their family members. You don't know how it's affecting someone's mental health. You don't know how, like, I mean, this has been such an insane year, and there's been so much, like, heartbreak and hardships and injustice. So we don't know how it's directly affecting someone. I will say, though, if there ever was a statement about a breakup, that is a very solid statement because it's like we as the public only know what we know about Shawn and Camila, and there obviously is a bigger story that we might not ever know. So that does seem to be a very fair statement to make, in which case, like, you know, be kind to us, like, you know, like you don't know the full story, you might not ever know the full story. Or just, you know, other struggles that she could be going through. We don't know her about her. I mean, she's opened up about her mental health before.
Anxiety, depression.
Severe anxiety and like OCD and like and really, so it does make sense that she would.
That also takes such a toll on a relationship. I think people that don't go through those issues or have those issues don't really realize, like, you know, I think maybe she's been, like we said, she's been open about dealing with that. I know Shawn suffered from anxiety in the past as well, so he should be able to understand it from a certain extent, but everyone deals with it differently.
Oh, yeah.
Some people, when they're anxious and depressed, you know, they go into a black hole and they don't want to talk to anyone. Some people fake it till they make it. So, but it does take a toll on a relationship. So we just don't know. And during this time, I mean, talk about a recipe for anxiety and to be down and sad. So,
well, yeah, when everything's uncertain, you don't know when you can travel, when you can do things. Like, of course, it definitely is affecting her and her family. And who knows? It could also be like that. Maybe they are finding that being together is just preventing them both from making their own music, and perhaps they're dealing with some pressure from their label to make new music. Because I also can imagine if you were an artist during this time, and like Taylor Swift just released Folklore, right? I bet like every label of all the other like famous artists are like, okay, well, Taylor Swift did this, like, what are you doing? So I'm sure there's an immense pressure to create in a time that it feels very hard to create.
That's such a good point. You know, and even, you know, they're probably thinking, when will we be on a stage again? It's our favorite thing in the world. When we tour and see our fans, like, how long can we do this as artists in an industry that's not working right now? You know,
I will say I've been seeing more and more examples of like socially distant concerts that are looking hopeful. They have been doing them in the UK, and it's funny because there's a venue here in Los Angeles, the Hollywood Bowl, and that literally is what it looks like, but just like more spaced out. So you have these like little sections, and you're like in your group, and you're spaced out. So I do think that I feel like concerts, probably less of like a Coachella experience, but more of like opportunity to see your favorite band. That could be happening. I know with comedy, Chappelle, I know, is doing something right now. Like, it is happening with stand-up comedy. They're finding ways to safely perform. So yes, it is uncertain, and of course the music industry is not going to look like how it used to look, but I will say I think the music industry is in a better place than, let's say, the entertainment industry right now. Because I do think that they're eagerly looking for ways to make performing happen again.
Yeah, there are happy mediums, you know, so there's hope. So I hope that both Shawn and Camila, you know, find happiness in that little hope that, you know, we're starting to figure out ways where we can make this work safely, you know.
And there's someone saying that, you know, that they think that they're in a long distance relationship, which is very likely. And, you know, a long distance relationship, they can work, especially if you're on the same page.
And you've been together for a minute and you build a trust, you know.
But also the other thing we have to remember about these celebrity relationships is, you know, they are used to being long distance. And then they go into quarantine together. Like, that has to be incredibly challenging. Because I guarantee you that these couples are learning things about each other during quarantine that they had no clue about because they were able to hide it or not, you know, it didn't come to a head when they were long distance. Because that is a huge transition.
It's like moving in with someone. You just never know until you do it, you know? So.
And now I know. My boyfriend hates to load the dishwasher. You know, had no idea about that prior to us living together.
Surfboards in bedrooms.
It's just crazy. It's just super crazy. Well, guys, we just want to know what you think is going on here with Shawn Mendes and Camila. Do you think they're together? Do you think they're taking a break? Let us know your thoughts and theories. I'm Gabby Conti.
I'm Gina Rosenberg. And follow us here at Hollywire for your 24/7 celebrity news.